Hey guys, if you follow our channel, you know that we enjoy trading and collecting travel stories. Not only creating our own, but listening to other folks and just trading stories. And isn't that what life is really about, is our stories that we create? Recently, we had an opportunity to take a look at a book by Mike Michaels and entitled Faith, Motorcycles, and Marriage. He sent it to us. It makes for a great read in his travels, his life philosophy on his two-wheel motorcycle, but nevertheless, it is still motorcycle travel.
Thank you, Mike. We really appreciated receiving the book.
Yes.
And he has traveled extensively throughout the U.S., including some of our favorite spots. Yes, there are even a couple references to Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. But he's also ridden in Arizona, the Black Hills of South Dakota, Utah, into California. So it's always fun to kind of ride in the back seat of someone else's adventures. And of course, his trip to Alaska piqued our interest as well.
And yes, kudos to anybody who has driven to Alaska. We make up a small minority of people. And for those of you who have ridden their motorcycle, you're better people than we are. We have thought about this greatly, and we decided we're going to SUV it because of the two magic words that have come to mind in everybody's dialogue.
Frost heaves.
Frost heaves. If you don't know what they are, well, we're going to document those when we get to Alaska.
And Mike's writing really validated our decision to take our SUV on the upcoming trip. But Mike's book is also a very personal memoir in that he shares some of his thoughts and feelings and beliefs about marriage and faith. He is someone who became a Mormon as an adult and then about 20 or so years ago made a rather painful decision to leave the Mormon church. And so he speaks a lot about that and also weaves in some history, which, you know, I really honestly didn't know very much about the Mormon church. So that was of interest to me. But it may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. You know, all of those things are certainly part of the fabric of who we are, and I think it's good to give consideration to a different perspective. So I hope that you will feel similarly and give Mike's book a try.
I'm a firm believer that it is very important to surround yourself with people of different beliefs and different thoughts, because it doesn't do us any good. We don't grow as much if we surround ourselves with the yes man. We've got to experience other people's ideas and just think about them. I think it's really important.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked about it. It prompted me to kind of pose those big questions to myself. And you'll put a link, the Amazon link, in the description, right? So if anybody wants to order the book, they can do so easily.
Down there?
But one of Mike's inspirations for his memoir was a book that John also is very fond of. So you want to mention that?
Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. This is a very old copy. We've had this for years. I first became aware of this 30, 40 years ago. It was written even well before that. It is a book about the philosophy of life, where it integrates not only life lessons, but how working on a motorcycle is a Zen-like form of meditation. And I will attest to that. That is true.
Yeah. And I wanted to mention this book, Tortillas to Totems by Sam Manicom. We actually had an opportunity to meet Sam at the Overland Expo a couple of years ago. He has literally ridden all over the world on his two-wheel motorcycle, and he is also an excellent storyteller, and really enjoyed his book. He's written several books. This is the one of his travels from Mexico up into Canada, following the west coast of the United States. But if you ever have a chance to pick up one of his books, or better yet, hear him speak in person, certainly jump at the chance.
And one of the best ways to do that, if you can catch him when he's going to be attending, is one of the Overland Expos. Go to overlandexpo.com, find out when they're having one in your region. They're very interesting. They have the knowledge area where they have lots of guest speakers, tutorials. We can spend the entire 2 days of the expo just listening to the speakers.
You should put the links to those other videos
I will.
Down below. But I wanted to share a quote from Sam simply to give you a flavor because he expresses this so well. When a person travels, they discover who they really are, what they can achieve, and so much more. The moment a person's senses are brought alive, an adventure starts to be a success. The travel bug bites hard, but motorcycle travel bites deep.
Oh, yes.
Really can relate to that.
Sometimes leaves a scar.
Sometimes leaves a scar. That's true. All right, one more to mention. This is a classic, in my opinion. It's Blue Highways by William Least Heatmoon. And it was written a good while ago, early 80s. And he didn't ride on a motorcycle. He was actually in a van. But he had an awesome trip cross country. And he purposefully chose back roads or the blue highways, old-timey maps.
For those of you who remember the paper maps where the older highways are denoted in blue, that's why. If you go to Google Earth, they're always the same color no matter what road it is.
Yeah. And so he purposely chose towns that had quirky names like New Hope or Simplicity or Nowhere. There's actually a town called Nowhere. And his writing details his interactions with the residents of whatever area he's in, including diner interactions and things like that. And it's such a great slice of Americana, circa 1970s. Remember the 1970s?
Yes, quite well, unfortunately.
Me too. But anyways, Blue Highways. He's written some other books as well. He's really quite a reputable travel writer and historian. And we listened to it on audio on the Key West trip, which was great fun. And fun fact, he is often featured on Ken Burns' documentaries. So next time you pull up one of those, see if you can recognize William Least Heatmoon.
As a subject matter expert on field of travel.
Yeah.
So, we're going to ask you guys if you have any travel memoirs, travel books that you've enjoyed. And so, put them in the comments below so we can perhaps refer those to some other folks, take a look at those, and look at them ourselves. So, we're always collecting books on the subject of travel and travel essays.
Yeah, and if you're writing one or have published one, let us know that too. We would love to check it out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of time to listen to audiobooks on this upcoming trip, aren't we?
Where are we going? We're going off the map.
Thanks for spending this time with us. It's always great.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Y'all take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our travel-related content, just check out the rest of our channel. And don't forget to subscribe.
We don't know where we're going, we just want to get gone.